Welcome to your next step up the self-publishing mountain.
I'm Matilda Swift, author of quintessentially British cozy mysteries.
And I'm Samantha Cummings, author of young adult books about magic, myths and monsters.
I've written the books,
Changed their covers,
tweaked their blurbs,
tried tools from a dozen ads courses.
and I'm still not seeing success.
Now, we're working together to plot and plan our way from barely making ends meet to pulling in a living wage.
Join us on our journey where we'll be mastering the pen to snag that paycheck.
Hello and welcome to Pen to Paycheck Authors Podcast. I'm Matilda Swift, here with my co-host Samantha Cummings, and we're here to write our way to financial success. We're two indie authors with over a dozen books between us, and still a long way to go towards the quit the day job dream. If that sounds familiar, listen along for our Mastery Through Missteps journey. Each week we cover a topic to help along the way. This week we're checking in on the progress of a recent topic, our narratives and social objects. Before that, what are your wins and whinges of the week?
Well, I have a big win of the week.
Woo!
It was my 40th birthday yesterday. Woohoo!
Amazing. That's why we're both quite croaky.
We have. I'm both very tired and very croaky. We spent the day in Alton Towers, which is a theme park in Staffordshire. And I'm going to say Staffordshire.
Like it's south of here. I don't know. It's in the south.
Yeah. Somewhere. So it's like a great big theme park that's in an old estate with a huge house and gardens. Oh my god, it is like literally the best place in the world. I love it so much.
So good, yeah.
So 10 of us, I think there was 10 of us went in the end, which was really nice. And
one was imaginary though, so maybe 9.
One, imaginary boyfriend and 9 of my closest friends, or 8 of my closest friends. We went on roller coasters all day and
screamed a lot.
Screamed so much. I had such a good time, and the wearing off of the adrenaline last night when I was in bed was crazy. I felt like I had been hit by a bus. It was so weird, but it was really good. I feel okay about getting older. I feel it's like a child who's like being handed the car keys or something. I'm like, oh, but I'm
Do you feel like Tom Hanks in Big? That is often how I feel.
Basically, I'm like Tom Hanks in Big. Like, I feel like this is like the age where I'm like, oh, so I guess I'm an adult now, but I don't feel like I should be allowed to do anything. So that's been really good. And I also went to look at getting some fish today because the present that I wanted, I literally am a child. I wanted some new trainers. I wanted a soda stream, which I got. So like my soda stream dreams come to fruition. And I'm getting fish. I just got a fish tank, and then I'm getting fish in a couple of days once I've like set the fish tank up. So just really a giant child. But it's been great. My whinge of the week is that on my birthday I opened my postbox and found a couple of letters from HMRC saying that I owed them £100 or so because I'd missed my tax deadline, which I hadn't, but it looks like when I've registered as self-employed, something's gone awry, and it's like registered me from like a couple of years ago instead of last year. Like, whoa! I'm assuming it's like when I've been filling the box in, the drop down's gone weird. So that was like just an admin thing. It's just calling people or emailing someone and trying to get it sorted. That's my whinge of the week.
I would say the queue to get through to HMRC is very long, but the people there are all bizarrely nice. So it's usually a fix, and they know what they're doing. Yeah. So it could be worse.
Yeah, I think like I'm not stressed about it because I know that they are great. They're nice people, and they're human beings, and you just talk to them, and they're like, oh yeah, like that's cool. But it's just like
for anyone international, HMRC is the tax people. Just the government.
So it's our tax people. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people who work there, strangely. So
wow.
Yeah, I know I've got a few ins. So yeah, it's just
boring.
boring.
The weird thing about your birthday yesterday was that everyone worked in the same place. Like all your friends, regardless of where you know them from, whether you know them from like school or you're related to them or they're friends, they all work in the same place. Like where you live is just one. No. You're like you live in the Truman Show and there's only one place to work.
No, we have 2 places actually. We have 2 like local giant businesses, and you either worked in one or the other. So most of us have worked in one, but I know a lot of people who've worked in the other. Yeah, it's a strange thing. Like, and if they didn't work there, someone in their family has. Like, I don't understand. I don't know how or why. Even my ghost boyfriend, who does work there now, used to actually work there before I even knew him. when I was a child and he was a
Yeah.
fully grown adult, because he's older than me. So it's like, yeah, like everybody. It's very fun.
Yeah. And I'd never heard of it, even though I went to school where they
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, you don't hear about it until you get to be an adult looking for your like a
Yeah.
first real job, and then they're like, well, this is where everyone works, so this is where you're going to work too.
Come on in.
So weird. It's great
Yes.
fun though.
Is that the end of your wins and whinges?
End of my winter whinges, please. You go.
Okay. My win is also was going to Alton Towers. It was so much fun, and partly I think it made me realize like I need to have more fun, because like it was just a regular day out, right?
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
just a day out to a theme park, which people do all the time,
Mhm.
and it's interesting because I have a brother who is very close in age to me and who doesn't have like a thing, like doesn't have like a side hustle. He just goes to work and then he spends his weekends having fun, and all his Instagram pictures are just like going on a hot air balloon, going to restaurants, gardening, and like I was like, wow, look all these things you can do. You're not sat inside staring at a laptop screen. So weird. So yes, it made me realize like I do need to have more days out, because even my holidays, every single holiday this year is a writing related holiday. It is like, and they're lovely, right? Like I took the writing retreat in Greece. I'm off to SBS later this month. In September, we're going to a beautiful abbey to write, but like they're all writing related.
Yeah.
And they're not relaxing. So yeah, I need to have a look at myself, take a long hard look at myself. But I am going to get out 7 books this year, which also really feels like a big achievement for somebody with a job.
Insane achievement. Yeah, like that's insanity. But it's funny because at the start of this year, I did say to myself, "Oh, I need to make more time for the things like the other stuff, like for the social stuff, and I want to see my friends more, and I want to see my family more." And I haven't done any of that. And like yesterday at Alton Towers, it was the first time I've seen some of my friends in like a year.
Yeah,
Which is shocking. And the thing, I've got really good friendships, so we can go a year, and we just and it's like yesterday. It's like, oh, like we just saw each other yesterday.
You do live like 2 miles from some of them, right? Like you could see each other.
I live in. We all could live in each other's pockets. We do all live. One of my friends literally lives across the road. Like she's across the road, and we don't see each other. We never see each other. It's just like I've got a lot of friendships that are kept alive via WhatsApp and Instagram. It's fine. They know the drill, but I would like to see them more, and I would like to actually go to Alton Towers more.
Yeah, same on both fronts. So yeah, that was definitely a win. That was really nice to do, and like a good reminder of like I should do more outdoor, like real world things. My other win is that I went to Sam's parents' house because I had to get a lift with them, and I met Sam's dog, who instantly came and sat by me, and there's nothing more satisfying than a dog who's just like, you are really good. I was like, I am really good. And she just like came and snuggled up next to me.
Yeah, she is. I can tell you, she has never done that to anyone apart from my friend.
That's because I'm so good.
Yeah, my friend Krista, who you met at Alton Towers.
Yeah,
Juno loves her. Like that's like her favorite.
That's even
person.
better because Krista was really cool. So I was like, not only Juno like you, I'm as cool as Krista. Wow.
Yeah, you're as cool as Krista. Yeah, like Juno instantly jumped up on the sofa and snuggled, and that's very unheard of. Even I feel blessed if she does it to me, and I'm like, oh wow, what have I done? Yes, that was amazing.
I've got a third win of the week that's not dog related or theme park related, which is like actual writing related, is that I had I'm co-writing a book this year, and it's a spin-off from someone's existing series. So like they own the series, so obviously it has to kind of get their approval when I'm doing writing, and it feels very much, and it's our first book together, so it feels like we're kind of figuring out the process as we go. So we had a meeting on Saturday that was like after I'd handed in my most recent draft. It was like what I thought was the first like real complete full draft with everything in that I thought was going to be there, and we normally meet for about an hour, and she was there and the editor was there, and I had expected to have loads of notes, but it was literally like quick, we love it, it was really fun, we love these parts, they really made us laugh, and I was like, oh okay, and they're like, like the deadline, the contract is end of July, you should do a quick couple of tweaks like of things that you already know before then. Done. I was like, what? Okay. All right. So yes, I felt very accomplished, and it made just things, I was like really like in a good mood. I'm normally, because so much of what I do is like I run my own business, right, with writing, and I set my own deadlines and do my things. I'm not often like able to sit back and reflect and be like, I did a really good job, because all I usually did was like I met my own deadlines and I achieved the things I had to do. Whereas this was like somebody externally saying like, you did a great job, and it's like, oh, that is nice to see that from the outside.
Yeah, I love to hear
really
that.
Nice. I felt in a really good mood. I bought myself a little cup as a celebration, which I saw ages ago and it was out of stock since I saw it. And I had decided to like think about it and it came back and it was out of stock for months. And it says, I'm working hard to give my cats a good life. And it was in stock for the first time in ages when I went in. I was like, this is meant to be. I got sushi. Slight whinge is that Katie from our sushi place wasn't super excited to see me. So that's disappointing. Clearly Sam is her favourite, just like
Because
I am
I am
Juno's
the
favourite.
favourite. Yeah.
Well,
Yes. Okay. Good trade. Good trade.
yeah. But yes, so loads of wins this week and just felt fantastic. And yeah, I must feel really good about my writing, which hopefully is a relief to everyone after our real like existential crisis episode of Mindset One last week, which felt very cathartic, but also felt like, have I said too much? I don't know.
I always feel like I've shared, like I'm such an oversharer, and I always feel like I've said too much. Or maybe I shouldn't have revealed my deepest, darkest
Childhood trauma.
secrets. Yeah, all my childhood trauma. But at the same time, why not?
Yeah.
We're all the
And
same,
we've had
right?
really good feedback to it. Yeah. I think it is so, I would love to hear that from people. And like I love when people do really open episodes like that. Of just like, here's what I worry about, not every day, but sometimes, and here's kind of how I've changed over time. So
Yeah.
yes, hope that's helpful. But today's a more cheerful one.
Yes, because today we are talking about our narratives and social objects again. Just under 2 months ago, which was on season 2, episode 14, we chose these and set a 60-day challenge. What did you decide to do, and how is it going?
Interesting question. Thank you. So we set a 60-day challenge. And I was checking today how long it's actually been. It's been 50 days, but we've got our challenge week and QT review coming up. So we had to fit this in now. But I don't think anything's going to change in the next 10 days. So I think it's still a good time to do the episode. So it was an episode where we were kind of talking about what we can do that AI can't do, and like getting personal and trying to be real humans as a way to make sure that we are like future proofing our careers. And we talked about narratives, and we've been talking about this off and on for ages and really sort of struggling to pin down what it is and trying to separate that from branding. And we kind of were talking about the idea of audacity. And then I came across that book, Audacious, and it had this social objects concept in, and it felt like the same idea was coming from a lot of directions. And it all came together. And then today, when I was coming to think about this episode, I was like, I can't even remember what the narrative was. What was narrative? Like social objects, I remembered really, really clearly, but I had to re-listen to the episode to remember kind of what we said about narratives. And actually, the episode was really good, and I'm glad I re-listened to it because it made me remember what we'd had. But it's almost become so much second nature to me now. I've been posting for 50 days that I don't have to remember the thing, which feels so nice. So the narrative that I had was just about myself as I'm trying to like really narrow down a version of myself, like, well, not narrow down, but like really clarify the version of myself I want to present online, rather than having to decide every day what I'm going to post about or think, is this right? Is this not right? And we ended up really narrowing ourselves down. We looked at the trend at the time for those like AI created dolls of characters or yourself.
Yes.
And we drew beautiful versions of our own hand-drawn artisanal beautiful dolls that kind of drilled down to what we are. And at the core, like the concept was really sort of bizarrely simple, like overly simple. And my narrative was just about being like a little tea loving, cake loving person who really indulges in the sort of like simple pleasures of life and lives in a nice little village with the cats, but not in a like cliche cozy way, in a way that is like really those parts of myself, but only those parts of myself. And my social objects were things that I was going to post about online, and I had 3 and just post about those 3 things. And we had to do 3 posts a day, and it could be 3 of those 3 things, or it could be 1 each of the 3, like whatever you wanted to do. And my 3 social objects, which I do want to talk a bit about today, kind of how we've done with those. I just sort of picked the little accessories that I had with my pretend person, and I had tea, I had my cats, and I had bookish jewelry, which all seemed easy because they're all things that I use and love and like have as a big part of my life. And posting about them, I felt like I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, but I was like, okay, now I've got an idea, I'm going to post that. So that's sort of a summary of what I've done. I would say overall, I've done really, really well, and I love it. And I'll go into more detail in a bit, but if you want to also fill us in on what your narrative and social objects were.
Yes, so my narrative was to try and kind of show people how much of a coffee addict I am, which is terrible. but also just to try and lean into kind of like the things that make me, I think, a little bit more unique or a bit quirky, and that was tarot cards, because I'm like a huge tarot card person. So my things were like coffee and tarot cards, and my third thing was originally going to be like post-its, because like I'm a super post-it nerd, but then I didn't really do that because I am never in my office where all my post-its are, and it kind of felt like that would have been a little bit extra effort to try and work that into what I was doing. So I kind of leaned into like sometimes showing crystals, like a few extra things that weren't particularly like the main thing. I threw in a couple of different things. So like my main thing was like coffee and tarot cards, and I sometimes threw in like crystals or like kind of witchy rings that I'd try and show. So like rings that had little gemstones or crystals on them. I've got like a cool snake ring that's got like a little green diamante eye thing, which is like a little bit witchy. And yeah, like to try and show myself as being basically your friendly neighborhood indie author / witch person. So I have really enjoyed it, and I can't believe that it's been 50 days. It feels like I don't know, it feels like I just started, but it also feels like I've been doing this forever. It feels just natural, it feels so, to post.
Not like no effort at all.
No effort.
And I think what's interesting, like what's really, really interesting to me, is that it sounds like it's going to be repetitive. And it sounds like, what could you possibly think of to post about that? But just keeping those three things in mind, you can post other stuff. So like you're saying, you've got your like rings and your crystals in the images, and I'll have like book jewelry in. But that doesn't mean I'm always posting saying, here, today I'm wearing my typewriter necklace. Look at my typewriter necklace. I might be posting about a thing I'm doing in my house or about some writing, but I'm always trying to wear book jewelry. I want to make people see those things in their real lives and think of me. And I've had people say that. I've had people say, oh, I drinking some tea today, I thought of you. Oh, I saw some bookish jewelry and I thought of you. It's not saying that like all my posts are about my bookish jewelry. It's saying they have to feature in it in some way. And the same for my cats.
Yes, same. Like, I mean, I love all your posts. I'm always excited to see what you put in stories and on Instagram and stuff. I love it. I've had people sending me links to tarot card decks that they've seen. People messaging me about the things that I'm posting. Obviously, because I forever take things too far, started a new Instagram account.
Sure, yeah, I did see that.
Just posting like about tarot readings and stuff, and that's just like to do every now and again when I feel like it. It's just something fun that's kind of stemmed from that. And like people talk to me about coffee all the time anyway, so that's kind of my thing. But it's just been really nice. I feel like I'm sharing parts of myself that like these are the things that I want to share anyway, and I do use it as just like a way to say like, oh, you know, I spent all night editing last night, so here's the coffee that I'm drinking this morning to keep me going, or like here's the second coffee. It's only 9:30 and I've had two shots of espresso. So it's just like, I'm telling a story about my life. I'm telling like the story of my life with these props. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving it so much.
Yeah, it feels like such a relief. Like I don't have to think about what to post. Because again, so the 3 posts we're doing a day, I am really, really, really relaxed with how I do it. So it can be a story, it can be a reel, it can be a post. I'm trying to vary up these things, but like essentially, even if I have a day where it's just 3 stories, which like they're going to expire, nothing happens. Maybe very few people see them. It doesn't matter. I've kind of kept up this idea of like I'm building my own presence, and I'm reinforcing that to anyone who can see it, and reinforcing it to myself as well. And it feels not 100% effortless, but like very effortless. Because what's interesting is I was thinking today, I was like walking downstairs to my bedroom, and my bedroom's in my attic, and my attic is the only part of my house I haven't done any renovation on. I really need to. And I was like, so I can't remember what happened today, but something had happened up there, and I was like, oh, I could make a post about this. But why would I? It's like a boring part of my house. It's not interesting, and it's not decorated. It's not nice. It's not cute. But like, it's a thing. If I were looking for stuff to post, I would have maybe picked something in there. And then I got down to my bathroom where, you know, this is not for. I wouldn't put it on my social media. My bathroom light has been broken for ages, and it's fine because I've got a really bright light outside it. And when I'm in having bath, I have candles everywhere. It's actually delightful.
We're the same person,
yeah. No, we're not, because I hate having this broken. It's not a very. I think it's an electrical problem. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, that's like my
it's
kitchen
not the
light.
bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the bulb. I need to fix a big electrical problem. I just don't want to handle that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like, oh, again, if I were looking for something to post, my brain would be like, is it that? Is it that? And I would just find myself thinking like, do I post this? Do I post that? And it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even, no, on a normal day when I'm not thinking about my social objects, today I'm really thinking about it for the episode. They wouldn't cross my mind. But it's almost like I've trained my brain to just be like, just screen out anything that isn't connected to these three things.
Yeah.
And all you're looking to do during the day is like, I take pictures of my cats all the time. So fine, worst comes to worst, I just put a picture that I'm taking my cats that day. Sometimes I save things in my, like, I have a cat folder, save things in there and then just pull stuff out that's like an old picture. I've even started going through like old videos on my phone and old pictures and putting them in a, like, for social media folder, as long as they fit within the
Mm-hmm.
social objects. It gives me a filter with which to like only look for that. I'm no longer having to do that like tiring work of looking and thinking all day. I should be
Yeah.
posting. What should I post? And I just hated it. But the only one I'm really not doing much about is tea. Like, that's disproportionately less than everything else. I have got new earrings today that are little teacups with little cats inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just that I do post about tea, and I do think that's sort of a social object for me. But there's nothing really objecty about it. Like, I don't always drink out the same cup. If I have tea, I'm not necessarily always having particularly interesting tea. I'm usually having Yorkshire tea. I think
Mm-hmm.
it feels like I mean, I have made an effort to, like, recently, got my new teacup for my cats, and I've posted another interesting teacup recently. But I'm usually drinking out of just enormous cups of tea,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they're not necessarily like a fun thing to take a picture of. So I feel like I'm not quite doing as much with that, but maybe I have got some more tea themed jewelry in the way, I think. So maybe more with that. But I think actually I want to maybe have a slight refine of it. I'm bringing in a little bit more recently of my interesting cute village. So I might try and do more with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying you switched out post-its for like crystally witchy things. Do you feel like that needs more
Yes,
refinement?
it does. Yeah. And I'm happy to, like, I haven't been super stressed about it. Like you said, like, it was just a nice thing to not have to think about what to post. I feel like, because I've just mostly been going on stories, like posting on stories, because I feel like that's like my best way to be seen as somebody's friend, or so, like the kind of like
Mm,
avenue to get into somebody's mind, to be like, oh, like, she's cool, I'm glad I followed her, like that sort of thing. It's more like a reminder of, like, touching base. I hate to say touching
hmm
base, but it's like I'm touching base, like, hey, remember me, you followed me, and look how I'm just like a normal person like you, except a little bit cooler. That's always my
hmm
go-to. Just want to be the cool kid. And yeah, so I didn't do the post-its thing so much, and I was doing crystals, and I haven't gone all in on that because, like, I don't have loads of crystals. I just have a
Also, they're just
selection.
rocks. Like, how much can you say about them? Whereas, like, with the tarot, there's like a little
Don't
story every day
talk
because
to
you.
me.
I know.
No,
But I'm
they
just
are
saying, like,
just rocks.
I. So I don't. I'm not a crystal person or a tarot person, but I watch
Hmm.
your tarot pulls because you pull the tarot and then you tell me about the tarot, and you've always got like
Hmm.
you've got different decks. You are interpreting it, so it's like a little bit of a narrative there of like you pull
Yeah.
a thing and then you explain it to me, but also
Hmm.
then you relate it to your life, which, like, I think
Yes.
with crystals there isn't that extra bit of
No,
information. So
there's
like
not. No.
with my cats, it feels like I'm usually there's something related to me in there about the cats. The same with the jewelry, like I could kind of connect it in there. I think that's maybe a problem with tea, is like there isn't any story with tea.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um and maybe that's fine. Maybe I don't know my social objects to kind of have a story. It's just like you see tea and you think of me.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe
more
that's
it. Is
okay.
some, I think, like, we have the things that we want people to, like, be interested in and think like, oh yeah, like, I know that you like that. But then sometimes, because that was the thing, like, both got like fancy mugs that we were going to show and be like a social object that people would see and instantly know
Hmm
that that was us. Even if we weren't in the frame, they would recognize, like, the mug slash
hmm
cup, and know without having to think that they were looking at our account. And I bought one of those cups, and
hmm
I very rarely drink coffee from it, because even though I love it and I thought it was really themey and was like exactly what I was looking for to make a statement and be eye catching, I don't drink coffee from big mugs. I drink
Well, my problem is my
espressos.
cup is the same size, but it's too small.
So I will sometimes drink tea from it, but it's like a very, like, I just wouldn't have my
Mhm.
everyday coffee in it. I drink espresso. And yeah, I've got particular cups. I'm thinking maybe what I need to do is show all of
some
my
cute
cups.
espresso mugs.
I'm gonna. This is the thing, right? I've got. Oh my god, this is okay. And this is might be my other social object then, because I have a glass mug, cup, espresso cup, whatever problem. I've got a cupboard full, like I'm stacking. I'm stacking cups on cups, and I always want to go through and like I really need to thin it out because I know I don't use most of the cups, but I also have an emotional connection to every single cup that I own that I don't want to get rid of it. So I've got like several collections of espresso cups. I've got several collections of like whiskey glasses and just like mugs for every occasion. Maybe
What occasions are there?
like exactly like different kinds of tea. I'll have a particular tea from a particular mug, a particular coffee. You know, like I'm very particular about what I drink from, depending on what flavor the drink is. Maybe my thing should be I need to go through the cupboard and be like Marie Kondo. Does this bring me joy? Am I going to keep it?
But yes, they do bring you joy, surely.
They do all bring me joy, but I'm scared my cupboard is gonna fall off the wall. Like I'm really worried about
like
it.
you're in the teapot shelf thing and it collapses.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm very worried about that. So maybe it's like I need to involve everybody else in my problem and get people to decide, do I keep this or do I not?
Oh my goodness. But then you would not have them.
No, I'd still keep the ones that I love. But I just don't use them all. But yeah, I'll see. I'm just kind of like still thinking about it, but I know that I'm going to continue with the tarot because everyone is loving it and I love it. It's such a nice ritual just to every morning wake up. And even if I don't do like an actual card, I'll do an online version because I just like to know. I'm just one of those people. I love looking at my horoscope. I love pulling a tarot card, and I have like loads of different decks. And I bought myself a new deck recently, and it's just so much fun. Like I love it so much. It's brought me a lot of joy, and I'm going to continue that for sure. So yeah, I think I need to.
So keep coming back. Like it's a daily ritual. It
is a daily ritual.
So and easy to keep going back for.
And my coffee thing is like I'm never not going to drink a coffee in the morning. Like I'm not crazy. So that's always going to be the thing. But I do want to have another thing that's more personable. Like rather than like something that's standouty, I want something that's going to make somebody think, oh, just like me. Oh, I'm sorry, people who are listening to this.
Miss Marple's being crazy in the background. She's like flopping herself all over me. Like she's dying.
We have a cat on the podcast.
She's a real drama queen today.
She is.
But also she's got her claws in me. I think it's interesting to think about the ones that work and the ones that don't work. Because I think with tea, I just drink it all the time. Like I don't do anything interesting with it. I don't do anything varied with it. I do have a lot of teas and I do sometimes drink them, but I have to make a real effort to like be drinking a fancy tea, to make a video of fancy tea. Otherwise it's just me holding a big cup, which is weird.
Yeah, and you'd have to introduce.
They do cute stuff.
Yeah, the cats do cute stuff. If you were going to show like your tea thing, you would have to introduce like a different, like an extra level of you trying to pick what tea. And that's quite performative rather than...
It's fake, that's not how I really drink tea. Whereas like the book jewellery, I do wear it all the time. And it was just like a tiny tweak to make me like actually wear it every day. And then then it's in all the things. And it also gave me a good excuse to buy more and I really appreciated that. And it gave me a good excuse to like finish a wall of my house. So I think like what's something else that I definitely do every day that feels like it would take me no effort to film, and it can't be like sitting down with a book because I would have to set up a video camera I would have to set up not a video camera, it's not the 90s, but like,
rolling
my like tripod and I don't want to have to do that anytime. It has to be something where I can literally just like snap a picture and it's there, or like snap a little video. So what is a third thing like that? I don't know, because I don't always leave my house, so it's not my little village.
I'm hesitant to, like, I think for you the village thing works because it's very cozy. I don't know, I'm struggling to think of something that's like equally like young adult / fantasy themed, because like you said, like, I do leave the house every day and I go for a walk with Juno and that's basically it. Like, and then I'm at my full-time job.
Juno
could
not be a social object?
Juno could be. She is adorable.
My best friend.
And she is your best friend. I know she's your best friend. I don't know why I didn't choose her on purpose.
How did she come to you? What do you mean?
I
You
mean,
didn't choose her as a social subject.
she showed up on my doorstep in a boot, you know.
That's what I thought you meant.
No,
Yeah.
I did choose her on purpose.
Okay.
But I didn't choose her as my social object, but I can't think why I didn't. Mostly just because every time I put a camera in her face, she acts like I'm the worst person in the world, and I didn't want to anger her. but I do have I have actually got a lot of dog content because it's not just Juno. I when I go to my normal day job, there's at least three. We've got 3 dogs, so it's not just Juno. I've got Juno, Bilbo, which is another beagle, he's just like my best little buddy, and then the devil, April, who is a spaniel.
Do you have dogs in your book? Because it feels easy for me because my cats are literally in my book.
Yeah, I don't have dogs in my book.
Yeah, because you do have magic and coffee is writer fuel, so it feels like that fits in with the books. It's not just a social object for you; it's on kind of brand.
I do like to pretend that Juno is secretly I know she understands, and I'm waiting for her to talk. So I could pretend that every time I post, it's is today going to be the day she's going to finally talk to me?
How does that fit in with your book themes? Do you have talking? You don't have talking dogs.
I know, but I do have obviously teenagers who transform into animals. So is she secretly?
Could you think of something specifically for your next series? What ties in with that? Because it's quite. I don't know if you want how much I want to say about it, but it belongs to a specific genre.
Yeah.
There maybe are specific social objects that would go with that you could bring in. Because one account that we've really liked looking at is the Paper Fury one, which and that is really only has one social object, and that is planty things. Could you pick something that's just sort of, it's almost nothing, right? The plants in Paper Fury's accounts are they're just they're repeated. That's the only reason you get to see them as kind of belonging to that book. There's nothing, they're not a certain sort of flower or plant, they're just foresty twiny things.
Yes.
Is there anything like that in your new series you could bring in, and then you could always phase it out for your next book? This can be a long series.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, I wouldn't want to copy Paper Fury, but my character in my book is there's a lot of things about nature and being able to control nature and stuff, so that's I don't want to really, I know that she wouldn't care, and she would never see my stuff, but I would feel like I was
also, she's very stylized a certain way, but could you, so because you do go out for a walk every day with Juno, and could it just be that you focus in on something planty every day? Because it has to not feel like effort.
Waiting for my plant powers to kick in, trying to interact with nature.
But it has to not feel like effort, right? It has to be do you see a nice flower or something cute that you want to take a picture of every day?
I could go to my allotment and check on my herbs every day and be checking the ingredients for my potions, because it is set in a school of magic, and that's a thing. So
could you still do that in winter? Or would you still do that in winter?
I wouldn't go to the allotment, but I do still have plants in the house and stuff. So yeah, I could. Yeah, that would be
would it feel like
thing.
effort? I guess that's the thing, because that's now my new metric for what I'm actually going to post about. Would it feel like effort? I'm actually because I naturally take loads of pictures of my cats. That feels like nothing. Because the worst case scenario at the end of the day, I've got 3 pictures of my cats to share. So that's okay. That's been a day where I haven't had an interesting thought today, but I've got 3 pictures of my cats. So it's does it feel low enough effort that you naturally have lots of pictures like that already?
I do have lots of pictures of plants, sadly. I take a lot of pictures of trees, and a lot of pictures of herbs.
And you're talking about your allotment that you went to at the weekend. You're like, oh, I didn't have gardening gloves, so I had my hands are covered in soil. I feel like as long as you'd incidentally naturally have a picture at least every day or two that would fit in with the theme, then that's a good social object.
Yeah, I am often, this is going to sound weird, I'm often smelling plants and touching things.
That's not weird. I feel where I live, there's a lot of nice smelling plants. I'm often stopping to smell the lilacs and the roses, and no one else ever is. I was what? You just walk past these? They smell delightful.
Nobody does it. There's
nobody smells the roses.
Yeah, there's like loads of roses around, and I always stop and smell them. And I make Juno loves smelling flowers, so me and Juno will stop and smell flowers.
That's so good for you. Yeah.
So yeah, I've taught Juno from an early age to smell flowers. I'll be like, "Oh, smell this one," and she'll walk up to it and sniff it. We have great fun.
Oh.
Yeah, she's very, very cute. And so I do interact a lot with like, I like to like pick little bits of like lavender and rosemary when I walk past and smell them.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like magic. I feel like I'm interacting and nobody else is looking at it. It's like
Yeah.
hidden magic. So maybe I need to do like hidden magic posts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
What
I'm feeling good about that.
I feel like I haven't solved my problem though. What's my third?
No.
What's my third subject?
Okay.
I think my village is like,
tea.
yeah, I won't scrap it, but I think like it's not in any way like unique enough. It's not sticky enough. To kind of belong as social. It's like obviously I still have tea and I still love tea, but it's not feeling like I'm adding anything to what I'm posting, and it very rarely makes my posts as like in itself. Yeah, like what's another thing that I take pictures of naturally? I mean, I genuinely often don't leave the house, so not a lot.
But you do go for a lot of walks around the village and whatnot, so you could bank pictures.
Yeah.
And then like post a picture every couple of days saying I know it's terrible.
I did that last week actually. Yeah, that's like nice
just
and sunny.
Lie and say like,
yeah.
Out for a stroll, looking for murderers, didn't find any. Never mind. Like you could be like out looking for clues. Posts that you could do.
Yeah. And maybe also it would encourage me to actually leave the house more because I do live literally over the road from the woods. I felt very seen this week. I was listening to, I think it might have been a Black Heron episode, or it could have been a Rachel Heron episode. So I can't link to it because I can't remember what it was. It was either Ink in Your Veins or a Black Heron one. And she was talking about how she also lives like 3 minutes from a beautiful woods. And she's like, and I've lived here 2 years and I've been to maybe like 8 times. It's like, yeah, me too.
Oh no! Oh god,
I know.
I'm always out in the woods and stuff. I'm forever out.
I don't have a dog.
Yes, I know that's true. It's very much a blessing. Like I got Juno because I wanted to go like and explore, and she's a great explorer, so we're out every day. It's it's a great reason to get a dog.
And like it'll be there tomorrow is often how I feel when it's like I've got a lot to do. I don't quite have time to get my shoes on and go out. But I do. It's not really a problem. Like I go through phases where I'm out all the time in the woods, and then I go through phases where I'm like I can't leave the house. Not even I can't. I'm just it's just a lot of effort. So I just need to get back into a leaving the house and going to the woods phase. So yeah, it might just be like my local environment, which includes the woods and includes the village around, which has always got nice stuff in it.
You could always just be like you looking out the window, like just like
outside is still there today.
Like outside's still there, or like any local murders going on? Nope, close the curtain. Like, I really think this is like going off on a tangent. I really want you to film little snippets of you like Murder, She Wrote, the intro to Murder, She Wrote, where she's doing all the of different things. I just want you to like recreate that whole thing.
Like, I'm getting a typupwriter. I tell you this.
Okay.
Someone on the local lend a hand group had a typewriter that they wanted to give away. I know, and I think it repairs, but it's like sort of irrelevant because it will just look nice and I will repair it at some point. And it's like a really cute little old vintagey one, so not an old fashioned, just like a little cute lady typewriter. And then I messaged about it and we arranged to pick it up. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, one of my relatives wants it." And then she messaged me like 3 days ago, being like, "Actually, it's back on, you can have it." And I was meant to get it this weekend and we couldn't find time that we could do it, so I'm going to get it next weekend.
Very fun. Yeah.
So yes, I could record
utilize,
for you the Murder, She Wrote.
You utilize the music every day. Dun, 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 dun,
do I need to get a little like old lady
like a blonde wig? Yeah, just get a blonde wig.
Yeah, my grandma used to always put her hair in rollers, and I was tempted, but I think it's too short. I
love the look. Yeah, I think yours might be a bit too short. You'd have to grow it out. Yeah.
I feel like she was probably our age, right? Like I think Jessica Fletcher wasn't meant to be very old. She was like a retired English teacher, maybe 50. But not old.
I don't know. Although I do, at the moment I'm watching ones where she's a lot older, so maybe I'm just like my vision's a bit skewed because I'm on the later ones. But I do actually. I would like to say I watch Murder, She Wrote every day.
Oh my goodness! What's it on?
I don't even know. It's like Brian just puts it on. My ghost boyfriend just puts it on. So it's just one of the things that we just have on. If we're not watching TV, Murder, She Wrote's on the TV. Like, I don't know what channel it's on.
Can you find out from where he's acquiring Murder, She Wrote, just like regular episodes of Murder, She Wrote?
Yeah. It's literally 24. There's a channel I'm sure dedicated to it. It's 24 hours a day. We watch it all the time.
Okay.
So I'll find out what channel it's on. Yeah, it's it's a bit of a problem. We used to watch Columbo as well, so we'd do like Saturday we'd watch Murder, She Wrote all day. Sunday we'd watch Columbo all day. Just have it on the TV. But you can do it with Murder, She Wrote because there's so many episodes. But Columbo, I've seen every episode so many times we had to stop because it was ruining my love. Like, I love Peter Falk, and I just had to stop because it was just like ruining it for me.
Okay.
Oh, he was such a hunk.
I think there are a lot of Murder, She Wrote. I mean, probably Murder, She Wrote is that like there's some real hit and miss episodes. Like anytime when she's doing an Irish accent, you're like, oh.
Don't talk to me about that.
I know.
I love that. I'm like, here's her Irish cousin. Oh, which English accent is this today? Which English and an English cousin this time?
Yeah, I feel like I will defend Angela Lansbury for everything, including her exercise video, but not the Irish accent. It's so bad.
Oh, I love it. I think it's so good. I mean, she's better at accents than I am, so I can't judge her. Oh, sorry, I went completely off on a tangent.
Yeah, big tangent. But yes, but I think it is useful to kind of think about what has and hasn't worked. I would say I have had, since we started this process, I've had a number of unsolicited positive comments from other writers about my social media, about people being like, oh gosh, it looks really good engaging. I was like, it's the least effort I've ever had, like ever put in social media. It's like, pick your social objects, go with it. We've had a couple of other people in the Discord sort of talking about it, and I think people saying like, oh, I'm not quite sure what to pick for my social objects. And I do think it's kind of helpful for us to recap and say what has and hasn't worked, because what really works is like what you regularly already take pictures of. And like what's something that like you already have in your life a lot that you could just amplify slightly more, like my bookish kind of jewelry. Like right now I'm wearing cats in teacups and I'm wearing a typewriter necklace, and I have more than one pair of teacup earrings. I might have 3, and I have more than one typewriter necklace. I have at least 2, and it's like I love them, and they were just like sat in a drawer somewhere. Like I would occasionally like wear one all the time for a while until I put it down in the wrong place, and then pick up another one and wear it all the time. But now I put them all on display on purpose, and now I wear them regularly, and it's like I actually enjoy that and feel like my life is improved by wearing regularly the jewelry that I bought myself and I like.
I really like
no
that.
effort to do it.
Yeah. I would also like to add on that we helped each other pick our social objects. So because it's so hard to look at yourself and think, oh, what do people know me for? Like, what are my things? Like it seems like an easy question, but when we both sat down to do it, we were like,
it's actually tedious to do for yourself.
I don't
soul
know
destroying.
Anything. Yeah, I don't know anything about myself. Who am I?
What do I do? What do I like?
Yeah, like I have no idea. So we drew each other's like little pictures, and like we came up with this thing of like, if you were going to make a doll of yourself, or if you was going to make a doll of Matilda, what items would you come with? You know, what would her accessories be? And that made it really fun. So I would just say, ask one of your closest friends or a partner or a child if you really want to get shredded, like ripped to shreds. Yeah. Ask them, like, what would your things be? I think that's really helpful. Yeah. Don't ask them. Yeah. Don't ask them what your quotes would be, though, because that's never nice. A lot of people in my life like to tell me that if you pulled a string on my back, these would be the things that you'd say, because apparently I just repeat the same things over and over again.
Sure, I would say for that. I don't think I have a thing that I think you would say.
Oh God, no, I do. I have so many just phrases that I will use over and over. So yeah, if you're somebody that just repeats things, don't ask your family to ask you what you'd repeat, because you just sound like an idiot.
I mean, I wouldn't ask my family to give me any feedback on myself. That wouldn't end well.
Do ask people what they think you would come with if you were a superhero or whatever. You know, what's your Thor's hammer?
Yeah. What are your 5 accessories in your like Barbie doll kit? Yeah, and I think what's interesting about that is like a doll, like a Barbie doll, like has really boring accessories. They're just like a scrunchie and like a hammer. You know, they're not meant to be complicated interesting things, but like a superhero one does have like a hammer, and it's like that's enormous and like world saving, and like that's not a normal thing for a person to carry. I think having like an ordinary doll, what does your doll carry or have with it? It was really enlightening. It's like, because I'm not looking to make my life harder. I
You're not
think
trying to save the world
it's,
with your cats.
no, I think what's always interesting is like I have found it easy to kind of within that slip in book promotion,
Yeah.
and not feel like it's excessive. I think I could do with doing more. It definitely helps that my cats are in my book, so it feels like if I mention them, I can mention them being the books, and I often have books around, but I think I do need to do more in terms of bring the books in.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I'm deliberately, I want to use my social media to humanize myself. So
Yeah.
I think that is helpful. I often put pictures that I've taken from social media in my newsletter as well, which is my main tool for kind of connecting with readers. I don't think social media is necessarily a way I'm going to acquire new readers. It's like to service my existing readers. So
Mm-hmm.
fine. But it meant that like when I had a new book to put on pre-order, I could put the cover up and not feel like, oh, am I just selling something? Like, no, it's cute. People like it. I put many good posts up. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel, it's just a very nice way to keep the conversation rolling and seem like a human being. I mean, that's the whole point. Seem like a human being, because we're battling against AI right now. So just be the
Yeah.
best person you can be and hope for the
Yeah.
best.
Yes. Have we got any other thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't think so. Not right
No.
now. No.
If you're in our Discord, feel free to ask us what toys you might come with. It's quite tricky because maybe we've not seen something face to face. But we might be able to help.
Maybe we can scope out your social media and make a snap
Yeah.
decision on you. Oof.
Yeah. And tell you who we think you are. But yes, so next week we are slightly returning back to a previous topic. So last episode we did a mindset episode, which is a bit existential crisis-y, and it kind of ended on the note of like we definitely should get therapy. But they were so helpful, the conversations we had from that and the thoughts we had from that. We've both been thinking about them since then, and we both want to pick one topic from that and like drill down into what's our actual plan for dealing with it. So next week we're picking one of our mindset issues, and we're making a plan to fix it, and we're going to talk through that and kind of challenge each other's plans, because I think also it's an area where maybe we don't push ourselves quite enough or as much as we could because we don't have faith in ourselves to push ourselves. So I think that's why it's going to make a good conversation. Do you have any initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, because when we were talking about this originally, it was basically noted to be a bullying episode. So I feel like I'm going to get bullied way more because I am less of a bully than you. But I'm going to try and
No, but I would like you to bully me on this. I think
yeah.
the topic that I'm going to bring up is one where I'm scared. I'm a scaredy cat.
Yes, I'm going to put on my best bullying hat and I'll channel you. And
also, I'm not a natural bully. I'm a tough love. I'm tough love.
Yeah, sure. My initial thought on this is that it's needed. I for sure need a kick up the butt a lot for things like this. Because I feel like once I've named something, it's like, that's enough. Like, I've been open and honest. Like, job done. Don't need to look at that ever again. Which
that is a big issue. Gosh.
Yeah. So it's nice to go back to this quite soon after we've talked about it, because it means that we're not going to like just let that fester and just like continue to be like that. It's like if we take immediate action, it will. I feel like it'll be a lot easier to deal with. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. And I have been thinking about my things that I talked about a lot, because I think I specifically like things that are affecting my business, and that's really what we talked about quite a lot. And I think I was like, I don't want them to affect my business, so I want to really work on them. And I think one of them I'm already kind of have been looking at different ways to work around. So I should have some plans in place by next week. And I've got some conversations and some research already planned to get a bit of progress on that. And I could do with really making a very solid plan to be like, I am going to resolve this. Because so many things we've talked about are just like, they're nothing, right? They're literally nothing. And that's what the worst thing about them is, like, if you were, to make a stereotype, but like there's a bunch of like very mediocre middle-aged men out there who wouldn't ever bat an eyelid about the things that we worry about, because they'd be like, of course I'm brilliant. Like, don't worry about it. Just don't worry. That's how you get over mindset issues. Just don't stress. And it feels really frustrating to be like, not only do I have the issue, but like it shouldn't be an issue because I should just be able to get over it. But it's like true, and so I just need to figure out a way to get over it and not not just get lost in that like mire of frustration. So I am very much looking forward to the next episode. Anyone who would like to join us for the journey, please do join the Discord. The link is in the show notes. Come in and have a chat. We ask a question every week that is related to the topic, so we get a chance to kind of have a bit of a debrief on everyone, and they get to talk about what they thought about the episode. So today we're talking about social objects, and I think we might invite everyone to see if they've decided about their social objects and what those might be. And also in the show notes is a link to the coffee. Pop, a couple of quid in there to buy as a coffee, to buy Sam especially some more coffee, since she definitely needs it to be posting about it. And yeah, you can grab us a coffee and a cake, and we use that when we go to our monthly mastermind meetings and meet up to plan out the podcast and also think about the next stage of our business. So hopefully you'll be able to find the link to that and to the Discord, and we hope to see you all again soon. We will speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Pen to Paycheck Authors.
Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to learn how to write your way to financial success.